From the heartland of America to every nation on earth, this is Jack Van Impe Presents The Truth in News and Commentary. Here now are Doctors Jack and Rexella Van Impe.
Hello and welcome to Jack Van Impe Presents. I am very excited about the program today to share with you some outstanding headlines from around the world. The first one really shocked me. Canadian leaders participate in secretive Bilderberg conference. Never knew that. Also, tax hikes and the 2011 economic collapse. And a nuclear stand-down between Russia and the United States. We will discuss all of that, and as I always say, so much more Jack gives to us as we go along. But first of all, Jack was just saying that he wanted to say something about age. Now, you know, women are really uptight about age. We're always trying to find a new product to use Pond's and all the rest on our faces to help us to look young as we can. But somehow, you know, Jack doesn't really care if people just know that he's been in the ministry a long time, and he loves to tease his friend. Of course, our announcer, Chuck Oman over there. You wanted to say something about that, Jack.
Oh, I really do. Chuck and I have been friends for over 50 years. I remember when I was going to put an ad in the Detroit papers celebrating his 50th birthday. Oh, I wish we could do that now. It's almost double that for Chuck.
Oh, no.
But you know what? Here's how one can know he's getting old. There are 5 signs: baldness, bifocals, bridge work, bulges, and bunions. I have most of those. Chuck is -2. But then, at our age, we are valuable. Why? Because we have silver in our hair, gold in our teeth, gas in our stomachs, and lead in our feet. Oh, brother, I don't want to get any older, Chuck. I asked him the other day, do you believe in the hereafter? He says, yeah. Every time I go into the kitchen, I say, what am I hereafter? Oh, boy. It's good to have you, brother. My vice president.
Yes, Chuck is the vice president of our organization, and of course our announcer you see every single week on Jack Van Impe Presents, and we love him in the Lord and praise the Lord so much for him and for his life and for the friendship that we've had with him and Margie, his wife. Let me just say that last week we always seem to run out of time. We're having a New World Order all the time in our headlines, and here we see it again. We ran out of time. I wanted to show you this last week. Ahmadinejad stresses need for, look at that, New World Order. He's not afraid to say it. Medvedev, of course, that's the Russian president, sees chance for New World Order. Kissinger, well, here I'm going to use it again. Obama primed to create New World Order. You see what I mean? Everywhere, the world must forge a new order or retreat to chaos. And at West Point, take a look at what happened. Obama presses for New World Order to defeat Al-Qaeda. Now that is at our West Point, friends. Cybersecurity bill to get President new emergency powers. And Canada, world power. Now, of course, they participated, as I said, in the Bilderberg conference. And, of course, many of our notables from the United States participated also. Friends, I know that you noticed New World Order all the way through. Well, the Bible speaks very, very plainly about how many world orders there would be in history. There would be 7, right, Jack? And what are they?
And that's Revelation 17:10. There are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, 1 is, and 1 is yet to come. Now, the 5 fallen were Assyria, Egypt, Babylon, Medo-Persia, and Greece. The one that was in existence at that time was Rome. And number 7 is when the Antichrist comes to power, the ruler of the New World Order. And it is called the revived Roman Empire or the European Union today. Now, there was a time when Nebuchadnezzar, and this is the 3rd one in power, and that's where we begin, because the other 2 are passé, saw this image in a dream and he couldn't remember what it was all about. So he said to his magicians, astrologers, and soothsayers, tell me what The dream was, well, have you killed if you can't? Well, they couldn't. He procrastinated, put it off, because he heard of a young Jewish lad by the name of Daniel who had tremendous insights and powers from God. And as this lad stood before Nebuchadnezzar, he said, oh, you are chosen of God, dear king, because God has shown you the secrets of what shall be in the latter days, at the time of the seventh world empire. And he said, now you are number 3, Babylon. But you'll be overtaken by the Medes and the Persians, who will be overtaken by the Greeks, who will be overtaken by the Romans, and right at the end there'll be an amalgamation of these nations in the revived Roman Empire or the European Union. So, well, how do I know that's right? Okay, the first empire is Assyria, and that's Genesis 2:14. The second is Egypt, that's Genesis 12:14. Babylon, Daniel 1 verse 1, the Medes and the Persians, Daniel 5:28 and 8:20, and then Greece, Daniel 8:21 and 10:20, and finally Rome is Daniel 9:26 and Romans 1:7, and that is the final world empire. We're there, ladies and gentlemen. We've lived to see it. And what Nebuchadnezzar was shown by God, that this would be the final sign, is what we're seeing right now. Christ is about to come and set up his kingdom. And when he comes, he destroys the leader of the new world order, 2 Thessalonians 2:8.
Well, you know, Jack, you have heard him repeat that before. But the importance of it is that we're right at the end. We are entering into that seventh world empire, and we're reading about it all the time in the newspapers right now. Well, there were some organizations in days gone by who really wanted to do what we're doing right now. Organizations that said, we want this last world empire. We want a great world empire. And we're going to go back and forth here, and I'll name them, and then Jack can tell us what this is all about. Organizations. Yes,
7
Jack?
of them, Rexella.
7.
And they're all in existence, working full speed for this goal right now.
All right, the New World Empire. The first one being the Illuminati.
They were created in 1771, though others said they were in existence for a couple thousand years in Egypt. But in 1771, a missionary from the Illuminati came to Germany looking for someone he could convert to become the leader of the Illuminists. And he found a man by the name of Adam Weishaupt, who was a professor at the great university there in Bavaria, which is today's Germany. And lo and behold, his goal was to create a leader that would take over the whole world, and the Rothschilds supported him, saying, if we can get enough bankers together to support this, perhaps we can rule the world. It was a goal they had in mind. Well, Weishaupt controlled this new one world order and the goal for which they were working in the future for a couple of years, and when he passed, it was given to 2 33rd degree Masons, and that was Albert Pike of America and Giuseppe Mazzini of Italy. They ruled for a number of years, and one day they sat down and planned 3 different world wars. You know all about World War I and II, but there's a third one coming, and it was all to bring this world government into existence. And believe me, this third world war is right on as they're planning it to bring in this final government. It's here, ladies and gentlemen, and when it's here, Christ will come.
Oh, that is exciting. It is here. And there was another organization called Council of Foreign Relations that wanted a world empire also, Jack.
And they came into existence in 1922, promoted by Rockefeller, and I could give you quote after quote on how men within this organization have been promoting this one world government, the New World Order. It's arriving.
Heard an awful lot about this one, the Bilderbergs.
They came into existence in 1954 in Holland, and their goal was to incorporate all of Europe as the beginning of the New World Order. And you know, they've gone so far as to say at a recent meeting in 2008 in Virginia, we are going to control the people of the New World Order through a microchip in everyone's body by 2017. And this is the organization that Kissinger promotes and says that Obama might control in the future. He said it, I didn't.